Hi, I'm Laurie Wehring, and you're listening to ARTTalks, the podcast bringing you news about the New Braunfels and Seguin arts industries during the COVID-19 pandemic. Each week, we'll feature Jason Irle, Executive Director of the Mid-Texas Symphony, Cheryl Fisher, Executive Director at the Braunfels Theater, and we'll feature special guests representing local arts organizations to share how they're being affected and some messages of positivity. This week and next week, we'll be doing a two-part series featuring Akiko Fujimoto, Music Director at the Mid-Texas Symphony. Hi, everyone. Akiko, the next season kicks off in September with Scheherazade. What makes this performance so unique?
Thanks, Laurie, and thank you so much for having me on this show. I am very excited about our first program in September titled Scheherazade. And I love this program because it features a lot of courageous voices. It opens with the Fanfare for the Common Woman by Joan Tower, which was written in response to Aaron Copland's Fanfare for the Common Man. And then it closes with Scheherazade by Rimsky-Korsakov, which is a great orchestral showcase. And of course, it's based on the story of Arabian Nights. And Scheherazade is this brave woman that weaves amazing tales for 1001 Nights for her own survival. So I just thought, why not kick off the season with something very strong and brave?
Akiko, tell us about the whole season and what you're looking forward to with Mid-Texas Symphony next year.
Sure. Of course, all of us are in the same boat in that we're all hoping for an opening of performing arts in general by then. And I am one of the hopefuls also. So that being said, we already had programmed an amazing, what we think is a very dynamic season. So I'll tell you a little bit about that. I think of this next season as a season for the two cities that we serve, Seguin and New Braunfels, and all of the surrounding areas. In Seguin, we're very fortunate to perform at the Jackson Auditorium at the Texas Lutheran University. And there's wonderful community at the university and beyond in Seguin that really supports the symphony. And we've been performing there for a long time, and we're able to do wonderful symphonic shows there, including Scheherazade, and closing the season in April with Pines of Rome, which is another big symphonic spectacular. We also do a holiday concert in December, and we're thrilled to invite back my predecessor, Maestro Dave Mars, to guest conduct that concert. For New Braunfels, we have also 3 shows. The first one is at the Canyon High School Performing Arts Center, and this is for New Braunfels. This is called New Braunfels 1845, and it celebrates the founding of the city by tracing the journey that Prince Karl of Solms took to get from Europe over to Texas, and specifically New Braunfels. So we're going to perform some great iconic pieces of classical and pop music and tell the story of how he got there to New Braunfels. I say there because I'm not there with you all right now. I'm in Arkansas, but of course my heart is there or here in New Braunfels. So we're looking forward to joining forces with everybody in the community to really give a toast to the wonderful city of New Braunfels. And then the other 2 concerts in New Braunfels, the first one is at your theater, Cheryl, the Braunfels Theater, and we are thrilled to be able to go back there. We don't get to feature our orchestra, which is about 70 strong usually when we're in our full force. We don't get to feature the individuals very much, except for once in a while, if they play a solo or something like that. So we're very, very excited to do a concert where it's all either chamber music or chamber ensemble music. And so we have a string quartet or playing with a trombonist. And then we have 2 pieces that have 7 players, and I will be conducting. And everybody will have 1 part each. and they both tell a very interesting story. The first one is about Elvis. So it's called Dead Elvis. And the second one is called A Soldier's Tale. And it is about a soldier coming home from war and meets the devil. And wonderful story ensues. And there's a narrator, so there are words and music combined. And it's just very, very creative, exciting piece by Igor Stravinsky. So that's our second show in New Braunfels. And our last show in New Braunfels of the season is at the Civic Center. And we'll be playing music from Star Wars. So I think this season has something for everybody, and definitely plenty for each of the two cities that we just so love performing for.
That's great. Gosh, I have so many questions, but before we get into that, I want to find out, how has the COVID-19 pandemic affected you, your family, and for so many of the people you know in the orchestral industry?
Yes, it has been a huge impact. And our lives have been turned upside down, of course, for everybody in every industry. But as far as the orchestra is concerned, orchestras have been through world wars and economic hardships and, all kinds of difficulties in the past. But I think this is the first challenge where we are physically not allowed to do what we do. And maybe this is very similar to people in the food industry and also everybody in, the entertainment industry, where proximity is an important, it's a critical part of our job. We sit side by side and in front of and behind each other in very close proximity, and we sweat and breathe on each other all the time to do what we do. So, it's a very physical activity, what we do. So it has really made all of us in the industry pine for the day when we can all safely be next to and in front of and behind each other, sweating it out again and breathing on each other again, to do what we do, to produce the sound that we produce. And so that's challenging. And there's been an industry-wide effort to look into alternatives while we wait for the kind of the resolution of this pandemic. Socially distanced performances or spacing out audience members or both, and just trying to limit, anything that endangers anybody's safety and health. So that has been hard. Of course, the economic impact has been huge for everybody, and for performers, especially those who are freelancers. And for me personally, I'm thrilled that I'm with the Mid-Texas Symphony, because I am vacating my position with the Minnesota Orchestra as their associate conductor in August. And that was sort of what you would call a full-time year-round job. And then in addition to Mid-Texas Symphony, I was about to go into more of a freelance mode myself. So I have stuff lined up for next season, but I'm kind of holding my breath to see if they will happen, depending on what part of the year they are. If they're on the earlier side of the season, I know we're all a little bit anxious, but I'm hoping for the best. And here's one thing. No matter what happens or how long this pandemic takes, I am 100% confident, 200% confident that the arts will come back to where they were, if not more. I think we're going to come roaring back because we have all this pent up energy by then, that we need to release, and we'll be ready to unleash all of our current frustration and how much we miss performing for everybody and sharing what we do. But I don't think there's going to be a lack of interest at all. If nothing else, there's going to be even greater interest when we come back, and greater support and enthusiasm, because I know the audience is missing us too. So I would say every day I go between feeling super optimistic that our art form is so strong. We have so much to offer, and we're so great and exciting that when we do come back, it's going to be huge and it's going to be just as good, if not better than before. And then, of course, the other side of that is I'm worried. So I would say, yeah, we kind of flip-flop between those two, but then no matter what, I always find myself, because I know this is what I do. I'm a conductor and this is what I do. So I feel more kind of resolved than ever. Like, well, this is what I do and this is all I can do. So I can't control the pandemic or how we deal with it as an organization, because we have to go with, the overall, the rules that everyone's following. But at the same time, I feel more clarity in myself that no matter what the world is going through, even during a pandemic, I feel more certain than ever that I'm a conductor. This is what I do, and I'll still be that when it ends. So that gives me more hope. I would say that kind of resolution and like knowing that in my gut gives me a lot of hope. Like, wow, Akiko, you really are a conductor. So that's been kind of nice.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Akiko. I love your positivity. So, Jason, the new season was just posted online last week. When will tickets go on sale and what are the packages?
First, thank you, Akiko, for all of that. And as you know, Akiko and I have been working side by side for almost a year now and putting this together. And it's been a pleasure, Akiko, and I enjoy working with you. And thank you for all the time and effort. And yes, we launched our season yesterday for our current subscribers. We have 6 concerts. Right now, current subscribers can renew their subscription packages, and we will go on sale for single tickets and new subscribers on June 1 of 2020. So a little less than a month from now, we'll be able to open those up to the public. But I think of our season as a journey, as an adventure. Each concert can stand alone, but I believe that the most fulfilling part of it is going on a journey with us from the beginning to the end, whether that's 3 concerts or all 6. So immerse yourself in the Mid-Texas Symphony community and audience. We love our subscribers are the best part of our symphony, and we appreciate everything they do and their support. So we encourage everybody to join that community and to be a part of it, and take a stand for the arts in our area, because as a subscriber, you are an advocate and a proponent for what we try to do and accomplish. So.
Well, thanks to all of you for joining me today, and thanks, listeners, for joining us for Art Talks. We'll be posting new episodes weekly on Thursdays featuring local arts organizations. If you have any questions, you can email us at ARTTalks@mtsymphony.org. Thanks again for listening, and we'll be back next week.